the book of, while you yet stand, in the book of Luke, the 5th chapter. Amen. This is the chapter that Luke records many of the healing incidents that happened right after the disciples had been named. The first disciples. Amen. You know there were 70. Amen. And we hear often of the 12 that were then made apostles. Amen. But there were 70 disciples. Amen. Now, just at that beginning, Dr. Luke, a medical doctor, let me see what he would say about Ebola and medical issues. Let me see what he would say about what Christ can do, even when others can't do. Let's see. Would you follow me down to the this is so good, I don't know where to start. The 15th verse of the 5th chapter. But the news about him was spreading even further. And great multitudes were gathering to hear him and to be healed of their sicknesses. But he himself would often slip away to the wilderness and pray. They'll let you know something about these TV programs where they schedule every week a healing service. Hello? Let me read the next verse before I tell you what I'm going to tell you. And it came about one day that he was teaching, and there was some Pharisees and teachers of the law sitting there who had come from every village of Galilee and Judea and from Jerusalem, and the power of the Lord was present. Yes, sir. With him. Yes, sir. To perform healing. Did y'all hear what I said? Yes, sir. Is that the word says that even Jesus needs and wants the power. So you just, and I can't just haul off and say we're going to have a healing service. It has to be divinely directed. Now I know he'll heal. I know he'll heal, but we have to be disciplined enough to follow his instructions as to how to go about it. One more verse. And behold, some men were carrying a man who was paralyzed, and they were trying to bring him in. And they set him down in the front of him. Yes, sir. Sit down if you can.
All right, please, Dr. White.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Come on, pal.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't you like to have a friend? Indeed.
Yes, sir.
All right. Amen.
I'm not focusing on just what a friend is to us in terms of being there in the always, indeed. Every time you. I'm talking about the friend that will bring a deed when you're in need. There's a problem with a friend that won't help you with a deed when you're in need. Have we got a witness? And I can tell you what they'll say. Call me. So I want to talk about a friend indeed.
Yes, sir.
That is a friend that will bring you a deed when you're in need.
All right.
You don't have to beg them. I'm preaching this sermon based on my experiences with your pastor. Amen. You always want to follow somebody that is, in fact, doing what he preaches. Amen. Amen. And 5 or 6 years ago, this was the only person that came to my rescue. Out of the 50, 100, 1,100, and 300 million pastors. When I was sitting in my study, and the enemies were all around. He had the bravery, talking about this young man, had the bravery to knock on my door. And didn't come in with a lot of conversation. He said, Pastor, I'm here. I said, pull out the AK-47. I wish I had somebody. A friend that I just didn't have to ask. In fact, he knew some things that I didn't even know. He said, Pastor, get ready. I said, what? He said, get ready. Because the enemy is at bay. And because that he was brave enough and he was godly enough and he is a friend that has a deed in the need.
Yes, sir.
I wish I had somebody. He came and not only told me what was happening, he lended his support.
Amen.
Did I tell you that nobody else did? I'll never ever forget that. And for us to preach Christ, look like Christ, and never do anything that Christ does, lets me know that some people are fooling us about whether they are a friend. There's friends all over the place, but there are very few friends who will come to you with a deed. They won't call you and say, well, I'll call you. You call me if you feel like it. And then you go and change your phone number.